Sarah here. It's cold. And this week is a good vlog, but I'm biased. In this week's vlog, we're going to the Boise Fit Expo. We're going to talk about how to stop being a comfort zone loser, and I'm going to take you through a phylogenetic hierarchy workout, and I'm going to talk to you about pistol squats and psoas exercises, because that's what you asked me to talk about. So I'm going to talk about it. I am in Boise. Not Boise. Boise. We've all got something going on. Some of us just hide it better than others. Coco has something going on. I know it's my own BS that sabotages my own success. For example, I've been working on my 100-pound, 400-meter sandbag carry for the past 9 months. And I always wuss out at 200 meters. The moment it starts to feel uncomfortable, I drop the bag. I've been stuck at 200 meters for the past half a year. So I've decided to take action and break the cycle, which means I'll have to push myself to an uncomfortable place. When we become comfort zone losers, that's a sign that we've lost sight of what it is that we want for ourselves. I want to grow as a person, but that's not possible as long as I remain a comfort zone loser. I mean, we've all seen that quote on Instagram, everything you've ever wanted is one step outside your comfort zone. So that's why I'm flying all by myself to Holland this summer for a StrongFit internship, because that's way outside my comfort zone. It's also the same reason why I'm going to be hosting and teaching my very first StrongFit workshop in Toronto this September, because that's also way outside my comfort zone, as is pole fitness. That's why I signed up for that. I'm really trying to get more comfortable with the notion of being uncomfortable. I mean, it's the same reason why I had the balls to buy a 60-pound sandbag, and eventually I am going to purchase the 120-pound sandbag, because if I don't, then I'm just going to stagnate. I think it's really easy for us to settle into a comfortable routine. When was the last time you pushed yourself outside your comfort zone? Or are you content to relinquish your power to change your BS situation? BS situations that make you doubt yourself, make you feel like you're not good enough. And before you know it, you're spending all your spare time on social media comparing yourself to other people who appear to have all their shit together. I'm really proud of my Team SS members who had the guts to buy a StrongFit sandbag. Some of these women have been following me for over 5 years, and they were willing to step outside their comfort zone and jump on board the StrongFit bandwagon with me. It's the greatest high watching my Strength Academy members flourish mentally and physically, all because they are willing to step outside their comfort zone. And in fact, some of these women are even willing to buy plane tickets and fly across the world to join me on this no BS odyssey. Anyhow, I wanted to share with you how my training has helped me overcome the BS in my head. I'm excited to be working through my BS by taking action. I'm proud of myself for having the mental strength to attempt even a half a step outside of my comfort zone with my training. These tiny steps outside of my comfort zone have given me a whole new perspective, and they've given me the confidence to try bigger steps next time. Just by owning my BS, I was able to carry the 100-pound sandbag at 3.7 miles an hour for 300 meters without dropping the bag. That's a 100-meter improvement. One of my followers, Eileen, made me a 90-pound sandbag, which was so sweet of her, and I was able to take that 90-pound sandbag and carry it 3.7 miles an hour for the full 400 meters. And I'm gonna be honest, I wanted to drop that bag so badly the moment it became uncomfortable. But I held on to that sucker just for the sake of overcoming my own BS. So what are you gonna do to take ownership of your own BS and get unstuck? How about a sandbag carry? I'm going to take you through a typical StrongFit phylogenetic hierarchy, one you could even do in the Globo Gym. I always start with openers, always the inner hamstring opener, every single day. I never neglect this one. Now the key point here is that I'm using my external obliques, glute max, and inner hamstrings, so you will not see my lumbar spine extend. It stays frozen the whole time. Then I do skill work. So this is to work my psoas, and I'm really thinking about the left psoas because I know it's weaker, and I just hold it isometrically. This is in Boise, and that's Brandon Johnson. He and I are both on teambodybuilding.com. One arm barbell overhead work was my strong fit homework. Ooh, I went further than my mobility permits there. But you know what? I'm not perfect, but I learned so much by watching my own video feedback. So here I'm doing one arm barbell overhead presses, makes my lat cramp, and then I was walking with it. Then I move on to the internal torque chain part of the workout. I love the pec deck. Every day is chest day. Notice I'm palpating my pec to make sure it stays engaged through the range of motion that I have. So I'm not moving beyond my pec mobility. I also palpate my pec when I do the teres majors pull downs. The teres majors are such an important muscle. They spread your lats, but they help to stabilize your shoulder joint. They prevent you from developing upper trap dominance along with the pecs. So here you see me working my inner hamstrings. Notice I point my toe. This will prevent me from compensating with my gastrocs. The seated machine is a lot easier because the hips are flexed compared to doing the prone one. Dude, if you know me, you know I'm obsessed with the leg press machine internal torque for the inner hamstrings and glute max. Now, this machine is different than the ones I have in the Globo Gym here in Toronto, so that's why I love traveling, because it's an opportunity to introduce randomness just by using different machines on purpose. So again, my focus here is inner hamstring, glute max, external obliques. Notice I'm squeezing the handles like a pec stick to also activate my pecs. Here you can see the machine I have at my Globo Gym in Toronto. And if you don't have a leg press machine, then you can do what I call imaginary leg press by doing pistol squats. And if you can't do these with your body weight yet, don't panic, because later on in this vlog, I'm going to teach you how to approach pistol squats. Moving along to the ET part of the workout. So this is targeting the sympathetic nervous system. It's very aggressive. It's heavy weight. It's bilateral, and the breathing is very histrionic. It's called ET action breathing. Listen to it. So with these exercises, we're targeting the outer hamstring, outer quad, and the glute med. Other ideas for ET exercises: heavy squats, so 205 pounds, internal torque on the way down, external torque on the way up. Take a listen. Another example for the squat pattern would be the sumo deadlift. And again, I was going heavy. This week my PR was 250 pounds. Then the next part of the hierarchy is extinction training. Extinction training, which is basically stretching ET muscles to get them to relax. The reason why we want to expel this energy out of the ET muscles is so that it doesn't turn into anxiety or muscle spasm. So we're going to be doing active stretching of the ET muscles. So we're going to be applying constant tension to the muscle to squeeze the energy out of it and get it to relax. Then it's time to dissociate so that we can finish the cycle and start socializing again. So for me, I like to do internal torque chain stretches. Other people might like to go for a walk or meditate or just lie down and close your eyes for a few minutes. Diet tips. Meal prep is going down. I made extra lean ground chicken and mushrooms, and I used one package, and that'll give me 3 different meals. And I've also divided my grapes, crackers, and hummus. And there's a reason why I do this. Otherwise, I'll eat all my grapes at once, or I'll eat the whole box of crackers at once, or I'll eat an entire tub of hummus. So that's why I like these little portion-controlled packets. And this way I know what I'm supposed to eat every day. Body broccoli, that's my favorite thing ever. So here you see Coach Gus and me and Duke, and we're just isometrically holding the pec sticks. using our pec majors, teres majors, and entire internal torque chain. Notice we're also breathing through the straw. Yeah, good times. I like to use the pec stick as much as possible during my internal torque chain exercises, especially my skill work, my openers, things like that. If I can use the stick, I will, because it helps me tap into my internal torque chain much better, and my strength and mobility has improved as a result, which means my movement patterns have improved too. Now, Julian once said to me, if you can do it slow, then you can do it fast. And that's exactly what I'm doing here with the pistols. I'm moving in super slow motion, and I'm really concentrating on using the inner hamstring the whole time, which I can do on the left side. But on the right side, I'm not as strong, and so I really want to compensate with external torque. So far so good, but watch what happens as I come back up concentrically. Notice how I shift to external torque. Do you see that? So that's something I'm working on improving. I make this much harder by doing it in bare feet with the pec stick and keeping the other leg perfectly straight to target the psoas. This is very, very hard. So let me show you how I work on this. So I go partial weight bearing. This gives me the opportunity to really concentrate on using the inner hamstring, keeping the toe facing forward, using the hip flexor on the other side, the psoas. Psoas because the leg is straight. If you bend it, then you're cheating and you're using your rectus femoris. So what I'll do is I'll actually hold the positions that give me a hard time. My goal is to be all inner hamstring. Yes. Yes. Moving along to psoas exercises, here you see me doing strict plows, and I'm using the pec stick to help me generate as much tension as possible in my internal torque chain. Now, psoas exercises mean you need to keep your knee straight. If you bend your knee, then you're going to compensate with your rectus femoris. So when I do this exercise, I'm doing as much hip flexion as I possibly can while keeping my legs straight, and that's all psoas. I find it harder on the left side, which explains why I always have quadratus lumborum spasm on the left side. To improve that, I do a lot of isometric holds for my psoas muscles. Here I'm doing auto-assisted. I'm doing L-sits. This is hard. I found it a lot easier to do it with the dumbbells. But again, just doing isometric holds will really change your psoas game. Here's a more extreme example. So this is me using the daylights out of my psoas muscles. I'm also squeezing my glute max and inner hamstrings like mad. Doing straddle ups like this is helping me with my pole fitness, and it's helping me learn how to do press handstands. And you can see I'm a little bit more symmetrical than last week just because the left psoas has indeed improved. So has the left pec. Speaking of pecs, I told you if you can do it slow, then you can do it fast. And you can see I isometrically hold my trouble spots. So as soon as something feels weaker, I hold it. And to work on building my structure, I'm doing deadlifts, and I'm excited because you can see I'm successfully hinging. And this is 205 pounds, so I'm making an effort to build my structure. And I'm still working on the Nordic drops, and these have definitely improved. I last longer before bailing. You can see a lot more tension in the IT chain. By the way, I can do it in external torque, but that doesn't count. And speaking of structure, I'm working on my teres major structure because I'd like to be able to do a strict ring muscle up by the end of 2018. So again, you see me holding a lot and moving in super slow motion. I'm pretending I have the pec stick in my hands at all times so I maintain tension in the pecs and the teres. And to really work on those teres, at least once a week, I'm doing the rope pulls. And I love the Extra Genie because I can do endless rope pulls until I just can't do it anymore. So see how I can drop it quickly, pick up the other end, and just keep going endlessly like that. And it's portable, so it's perfect for my condo living room.
Hi, Bean.
Well, thanks for watching this week's vlog, and thank you for being here with me on this no BS journey. And until next time.